the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
For some time now, nipa baako a yɛte ne nka akyɛ yie paa yɛ Okatakyie afirifa. Now we bounce back with more fire. Na ne deɛ Okudzeto ne Sam George mom ho akyerɛ mu yie papa. Yɛnkɔ ne nkɔtie no.
Isa when you call scammers in government. And no more can say, and no more can they. You are saying, young queen. So, media men carry, or movie men come. Now, Danny, Fameko Okudzeto Ablakwa. Enra,
and also the Samis out.
Same Okudzeto. So Sam George, Same Nsem-Pii, and Same Okudzeto. I think there's something about this. Because that's a mama we open Sami before Sam George, Sam Okudzeto, and
Sami Nsem-Pii.
Omitimi omode. Oma be president. Sam George. Sami George, Sami Jata. Is it almost onya Jata bia hu.
And
Sam George, Sam Nsem-Pii, SG, SO, Sami Okudzeto. So CG.
Sam.
I go see.
Sam.
Oh, would be a Sam. Obi, me catch them some go for omo yes scammers. Na me come am for nti. Jamama, you know, esisi o maso. Ba o mehu omo. So Sam George wo position. Yentie nsem ne bi okan. Dani boy mu bia obeso mu bia.
NDC bana nipa wodi animu no kofifa sa private jet na wo wa ban nimu you resign.
I'll resign because what
will resign?
What may resign? What
Dani
shall I stay there? May resign because there's
some
kind of principle and yet personal.
And no more
idea me time.
Yemo magana for you.
And as I mean, pepper.
It's
the principle. It's about protecting the
public.
It's happening now. Education minister now. Oda Olem Kusemo abe resign.
Oh, may resign. I mean, my head, my resigning free appointments committee of parliament.
And the appointment committee, no, say you allowance and more kwana mojeje. And I be or baby a minimum.
Appointments committee, which is a committee.
A few moments later.
Kwese odi de wheelbarrow ana eko Okudzeto ye ne tinu shen epia na yi bedi animu a fog
mirror of justice
mirror of justice ese obi si friend scam George scam Okudzeto and scam Okudzeto ye twa resignation afedo de abaso or resign aban ne ho ba kire no
na ese ono nko na ebu mai no
so foreign affairs will be anywhere to free will be at me. So they are unprincipled characters.
Precisely so.
And I keep telling you, young conqueror Sam George, dear me, or Kaye. Now, young the kind of people that may matter of principle may what happy if or Modi is a Munu 1, 2, 3 and resign for Regina Angel may no more resign on principle.
Exactly.
If any day I hold police position in this country, now be a Bessie and then maybe conviction boy bra. And so Okudzeto say that so I go poop or church poop. Why God resign? Danny, I've been Sam George the enemy and
let's have that conversation. If President Mahama becomes president January 2025, and the first budget is read, which will be sometime in March of 2025. Let's have that conversation. If President Mahama becomes president January 2025, and the first budget is read, which will be sometime in March of 2025. And the budget doesn't announce a scrapping of CST, Miss Sam George, I would attack President Mahama on it.
That's not enough.
A few moments later.
I've been trending over the weekend on Twitter, not necessarily for my looks or my work, but absolutely because whether orchestrated or otherwise, people think that data prices must be cheaper by the stroke of my pen.
Let's have that conversation. If President Mahama becomes president January 2025, and the first budget is read, which will be sometime in March of 2025, and the budget doesn't announce a scrapping of CST, Miss Sam George, I would attack President Mahama on it.
That's not enough.
A few moments later.
Drop it.
I've been trending over the
hypocrisy. Because look, I'm telling you that right now.
Not necessarily for
the ministers that have
my
been
looks
approved.
or my...
The ministers, almost 40-something ministers have been approved. Some of them come to Parliament. We've seen some of them attending official functions in Intra-City, and they've been driving V8 already. And please, to our viewers, when you see a government minister driving a V8 in town, please take a picture and let's tweet it at Joy News.
A few moments.
In fact, in the immediate instance I would reference, I ordered the shutdown of 1 and the revocation of 6 licenses. I shut down, I directed the NCA to immediately take action to shut down a radio station in the Boku area, Guma FM.
Let us.
Bobby? Ti do mo kan ye bia na enra ni made ya mwa mi anga zabi nua bobi ansa eno na akwabna bobi ansa say yakoche eye adenta kumi ana me de to ho say instead so mbe send o mo boys ni to boko akopatanta kwa no o mo bodam asende o mutu eye adenta bobi ansa tworo ye no target me say time 8 years ago ye harass wo no bobi no na boko so entokwa ho sa tinese kesen. Now, okay, first of all, you, Miss Senior, Bobi answer. If on principle, you don't believe that a buying intimidating Crawford, nay, the owner yoda, and Kawaba you buy your moyen, you should stand up and speak against it. Say, hey, there'll be Mukasam by recent. So it looks like Bobi Ansa is not angry because it was being done by government, but because it was being done to him. Now, on principle, I never supported that nonsense. That is how come I che me anga semi senior kwabra bobi ansa. Say you me kwabra bobi ansa the Nimas police station my dear chain. Cause na me support some kwa 7 na ma idino. And I spoke against it. So principle. Don't really like what Akufo-Addo did to you. You should speak against it today. Surprise mama, okay, I saw the research about and some flu and you near the mouth. But Miss Senior say, oh, I have never supported. I mean, as a but as a son, of course, if some of us are part of the next government, then suddenly we won't allow this foolishness to go. No. Ghana, at some point, Ghana must take a break and say, yeah, Jimmy Kakra,
more fire.
We did Okatakyie FIFA. We did Kofi. Any general and a besomo. At this point, I didn't see her. Now for the
Matete Sanko was here. Mahama Peso, Pammy Chief Justice, Senabeya, Obeko for a third term. Mepacho, Sadi Yadimran idea.
And look what they say, government communication minister for. You know, communication, honorable Phyllis Kwachofo, so they are better just no crebiasa.
Onokra one can ye. Kwachofo so one can ye.
I don't guess what can I say.
John Mahama bet to me a seeking for billion terms. A yamra, Ghana constitution, a wodia media, yen never to me constitution, no, you say, Upesa also some be woman, Fakoha, and money a Troy, you say a justice soa. To forwards attorney general ne judgment no or throw we say constitution no and yet just text to send that hey then you are why
me them is so honorable
first year I say a living organism capable of growth into no constitution no it will say any and you say attract one and one no so if the president thinks that the term limit no M1 Ghana obey to meet the constitution now call parliament say parliament me feel say Ghana no I say a term limit free so udi 100 terms kwana nkofo so mpewa also what transnational development e yamra da ho enye John Mahama de share samra no
but for now dear
no John Mahama on meka sasa ba me pese ade no ko obi atrim say nya ye dede say John Mahama petete omu ye lawyer for omu nim nyamra ne ka emra ne say John Mahama feel so pese o tena so bi mu a on family parliament or Bob Babetu yan wo yan ye behwe ade no aka say okay emra no ampa ya change emra na yan say wudi
yifrim na yifrim ni ya Kwame plus o kan nyina mu ni amoya we obi yan kan sisu bia say the minimum plus kan yes it is true sir Constitution of Ghana now that if article 1-2 that is supremacy of the Constitution. Who read the Constitution of the Republic? Or say this Constitution shall be the supreme law of Ghana, and any other law found to be inconsistent shall, to the extent of its inconsistency, be void. That is the Article 1-2. Or say this is the supreme law of Ghana. So Oya Merebia, Samrana must conform with the provisions of this constitution. If any constitution, Merebia Beyeno, say no constitution if Fabia Bra, to the extent of any Brabono, it shall be void. Again, offer constitution, and I'm saying you free baby nearby. Na yedi ye history so dani project say me wonsa Kwame Ekoti Justice Sowa ne famous quote wa o make here in the case of a year 24 versus Attorney General o make quote Fabra or say a written constitution such as ours is not an ordinary act of parliament. Dani position here na me read my Ghana for position here or say a written constitution such as ours is not an ordinary act of parliament. It embodies the will of the people. It also mirrors their history. Ahana Kwame refused what the so the constitution it mirrors the history of this country. History is say Emrebi Bedri Kwame Nkrumah declared who a president for life. It declared Ghana one party state. And on the Namsuma ku ni ade bebrebe. So the constitution trying to solve that issue. And Omodia Shemu said you shall have a term of presidency 4 years for 2 terms. And then Kwame Plaza Kase, your mama bet me the Maraba, near ya pass it, no court, no ayeweya. It means you are not taking into account the history of this nation. When Kwame Nkrumah declared one party state and president for life. So your mama, yes, sir, constitution is not looking at him. It's you. It also mirrors the history account. Therefore, needs to be taken of it as a landmark in the people's search for progress. So for your history, your constitution here, you need to look at the constitution as a landmark. Say, your direction for the progress. And baby, are you free, Bano? Yes.